Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up Uno City. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana, this breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them, we not like check. We got gold and diamond, them think priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nah the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, we say big up Uno City. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think them. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up Uno City. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana, this breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them, we not like check. We got gold and diamond, them think priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nah the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, Many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land. What many ask for, we never see Katrina or those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we don't know none was slippy. Guyana, we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I don't know if you're from
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources.
One venue, 4 days, endless attractions. The International Building Expo 2026 is the place to be. Join us from June 25th to 28th at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence, East Bank, Demerara for 4 exciting days of innovation, entertainment, and fun for everyone. Be there for the grand opening ceremony on Thursday, June 25th at 5:30 p.m. with free admission until 8 p.m. Admission is just $500 for adults, and children under 12 enter free. Then from Friday, June 26th to Sunday, June 28th, the expo comes alive daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Bring the whole family and discover the latest in building technologies, home products, and modern living. Explore the impressive equipment zone, shop for innovative home solutions, and let the little ones enjoy the exciting game zone. Don't miss the conference seminars where experts from various organizations will share valuable information, practical tips, and the latest trends across a range of industries. And the fun continues with live entertainment from Friday to Sunday from 9:30 p.m. International Building Expo 2026, Guyana at 60, building strong foundations for a sustainable future.
Cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 26th of June, 2026. Morning to the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to the persons joining us across the diaspora. Special good morning to those persons in the comment section. Thank you for your continued support. Do remember to share the live on whatever platform you're joining us on so that we could probably have the widest viewership possible. Honestly, to tell you the truth, sometimes I don't even able. I don't know where to start. It's like it's be too much. Some mornings, honestly, I don't know. It's like you don't get a moment to like rest here in Guyana. It's always something. It's always something. It's always something. Literally, I told y'all here yesterday. I think it was when Sherwin Holder was on the program giving us an update about what happened in Essequibo and the response of the government currently on the ground, restoring homes, roofs, public buildings that were damaged due to high wind. Lo and behold, like I said, an ass went to that area and literally used the words, nothing is being done. Now, could you imagine a government having to respond to a disaster in an area? Hours after the disaster, the head of state is on the ground, CDC is on the ground, various agencies are on the ground. This banner go and find a few people who ain't get touched yet. So help is being disbursed in the region. Literally, this is the day after. This is the second day. This would have happened. Today's Friday. Today's Friday. This would have happened on Wednesday, I think. Right? So yesterday, not even a full 24 hours after the event, this gentleman goes to Essequibo and asks, who is our opposition leader, goes to Essequibo, finds one and two persons who help has not reached to us yet. And nothing is being done. Nothing is being done. I honestly, sometimes I don't be in the mood for it. That aside, there was an incident involving the Guyana police force and a young man from the quarantine area. And I would have seen some images of persons who would have decided that it may be necessary to burn infrastructure and block roads. Right? I'm saying to all of you, that is not the answer. That is not the route. I jump alive already. And I call you back after. Good. Right? First and foremost, anybody blocking or burning anything, let good sense prevail and cease and desist. Right? Cease and desist. The second thing is, I understand that the loss is tragic. A young Guyanese has lost his life. And that should be avoided at all costs. We got to protect our young Guyanese. But please, folks, please, please, please. And thirdly, before I understand that there are rogue elements in the police force that cause persons to have a second thought when police are involved in certain situations, right? But at the end of the day, if the police, you are operating a motorcycle, an electric cycle, a car, a tractor, a truck, a bus, a taxi, whatever it is, and the police pulls you over, you have to pull over. It was made clear by the Attorney General by showing what are ticketed offenses and whatnot. At the end of the day, if you are operating some sort of motor vehicle on the road or motorcycle on the road, and the police pull you over, whether you see there's a traffic rank or not, you have to comply. You have to comply. I cannot remember. One more thing. At what age are you allowed to get a provisional, and what are the parameters of using that provisional on a motorcycle? Please have me that information. Right? 16 years old, riding a motorcycle. I don't know how he was riding it, but listening to the stories that are coming out of it, again, it has stressed me out. If the police is pulling you over, you have to stop. You have to stop. You understand? If the police is pulling you over, or let us say this young man didn't have on a helmet, he was riding while the most he could have gotten was a ticket. That has been established. That has been established by the rules, the laws that are the ticketable offenses. I published, the Attorney General published, a set of people publish. If he had a license, he'd get a ticket. He had a helmet, he'd get a ticket. So on what grounds does he have to ride away from the police, if that is the case? Right? If that is the case, I am not 100% okay with the situation. But I put to you this morning that the police did not see this man sitting on a parked motorbike and run the vehicle into him and the motorbike. There was some sort of chase. And on what grounds did this young man feel, because he was riding a motorbike, let us say hypothetically, he didn't have a license, he didn't have a helmet, the motorbike was uninsured, all of that. He had no papers to the bike. Most of those offenses are ticketable offenses. So on what was he doing? What may he have been in the possession of that would cause him to want to evade the police? Then there's this guy here. And mind you, I am not picking up for the police. I am saying that all these situations need to be contextualized, and persons need to not narrow in on the fact that, okay, let me rephrase that part. You have lost a loved one, and I understand that you're grieving, but you must still take recognition of the circumstances surrounding the loss of this loved one, and not because it is your loved one, you will cancel out all the contextual things that need to be assessed. Right? Where and what was this young man doing to cause the police either put on the siren or ask this young man to stop, pull in the car and stop? If that was the case, why he didn't stop? What caused him not to stop? On what grounds he decided not to stop? And as we all know, in any country in this world, if the police put on lights, request that you pull over, and you don't, the police will automatically chase after you. Because in their mind, why this person trying to get away? If they don't have nothing to hide, they ain't got no issue, why would they be trying to get away? Harbhajan, you are shameless. But anyway, let's go to some of the videos that are out, right? So this is one young man that I saw speaking on the incident.
The vehicle is not a traffic police.
That is a very stupid statement. That is a very stupid statement. Sorry, sir, that statement has no bearing on what took place there today. Right? That statement has no bearing on what took place during that police chase. You know what's the requirement to drive a police vehicle? You have to be a trained force driver. You don't have to be a traffic rank. You don't have to be any specific rank. A force driver. And those gentlemen and women are trained at a higher level to operate vehicles at a high rate of speed and those kinds of things. A force driver. So the driver not being a traffic rank has no bearing on your colleague not stopping when requested, or the rank having to be a traffic rank to pursue someone who's fleeing a police stop. Most likely they were general duty ranks doing anti-crime patrols. You understand? Again, I am assuming here, and I just want to be clear, this gentleman may not have had a helmet. He may have been riding erratically in the road. I am saying this to you this morning. If this young man had on a helmet, if he was riding in the car and going along his way, you understand? Highly unlikely that a patrol seeing him would have pulled him over and stopped him. And even if they did, why wouldn't he stop? He had on his helmet. He wasn't riding while in the road. Let's say he was doing the right thing. You understand? Let's say he was doing the right thing. He had on his helmet. He wasn't riding while in the road or doing anything. The police see him and pull him over. Why not stop? Why not stop? Now we're hearing he's 16. Anyway, let's go back to this gentleman. So, again, the driver of the vehicle not being a traffic rank has no bearing on whether the police can pursue an individual who refuses to stop when ordered to do so by the police. Right?
He stopped me the same afternoon.
Why the police stop you the afternoon? What were you doing on the road that the police stopped you the afternoon? Then they got the next one in the car and saying he didn't want 20 grand.
Me the same afternoon. Stop me the same afternoon. 20 grand for give them. Me brother come out to the yard.
And that which police officer?
Right? So the police want 20 grand, 30 grand. Now, I don't condone police taking money or police asking for money. Right? But usually, when money comes into play, it's usually, and for full disclosure, they got some worthless police out there that would come and ask you for money, even if you're doing nothing. Right? But usually that happens with police when they run into, like, they're on a roadblock and they see a big vehicle, they realize it's a big buy or something. I left something for the boys, man. It's never like a bullying thing where, hey, you gotta left something. And that's me being honest. If a police asks you for a raise and you say, I ain't got it or no, this ain't going away. Especially if you haven't done anything and they're just looking for a raise. Right? The other instances, when, let's say, you get in a problem, you want the police help you out, Mom, I'm going to get something, do something for you, man. Do something for me, man. Them two instances, there may be more, but those are the two main ones that come to mind right now. Where you end up having to give money to the police, or police ask you for money. Thirdly, I am saying that what kind of money these youth man got that the police harassing them for 20 and 30,000. You, the guy in the white jersey, looks like an adolescent himself. The other one who's saying about the 20, 30 grand looks like an adolescent himself. You may be older. You may be old. You may be adults. But they look like adolescents themselves. So, what kind of money the police hoping to get from you? That he stopped you this afternoon, the afternoon, and then go after this other guy the later in the day. To lead to the accident. What kind of money? Right? So, to me, the story a little shaky about the police and the asking for money. Police is ask people who have money for money. These look like some adolescent children who probably riding the bike on the road, school about to close, they're doing the thing on the road, and they had an interaction with the police. I'm not saying these guys are lying, but I am saying the story doesn't ring true to me, in my opinion. Right? Let me go back.
The man who was driving the vehicle is not a traffic police. He stopped me the same afternoon. I mean, he brought a come out to the yard.
And that which police officer?
Officer Green. He was driving the vehicle.
People see, like, he brace the man. People see, get up.
Praise the man to the post and tell the man.
So, let me just say this. I don't know police tactics or standard operating procedures. I can tell you about an incident I saw in Macdoom one time. My mother's house is in Macdoom. And I used to line through Middle Street because I got the church there. My friend Joshi's live right over the road. I know a lot of Macdoom people. And a day we were hanging on that four corner, right? And we saw two guys cut through Middle Street Macdoom on a motorbike. And then a police rank on another motorbike was speeding behind them, and they cut around going towards to come back out by the gas station. As it was two officers on two different bikes, motorcycles, one in the front, one following behind. When they got to the corner of Middle Street and Back Street Macdoom, they made the left to go, and as I said, to get back out at the gas station. One of the police stopped, turned around his bike, and decided to go around the gas station and from the other end to cut them off. By the time they pass us, gone up the road and spin around, apparently they saw the police that turned around to head them off. They turned back around, got around the police that was behind them, and was heading back to Middle Street. They turned Middle Street corner. By the time they turned Middle Street corner, the police who went to head off already came back and was heading them off at Middle Street corner. So he's riding towards them. They're riding out. The police at the back. The police who was trailing them all the time is coming behind. The police who was in front rode as if head on with the bike, came off to the side and took his foot and just pushed the bike down off to the side of the road. Well, push the bike off balance to stop them. Right? You're evading a lawful police stop. They are trying to stop you. I guess not by any means necessary, but as best as they could. So, knowing how motorcycles operate, I would figure the policeman is driving alongside the bike and trying to ease him off the road into the corner to stop. It happened that you run into a lantern post. But again, the question is, why not stop initially? Why not stop? Right? Let me continue listening. If he was innocent, what was the grounds for him running from the police? Innocent, I hear he just writes CXC, all well and good. But this is an innocent youth, according to you all. He's not a criminal, according to you all. So what grounds does he have to run from the police? Stop. Engage the police. Even if the police arrested him and took him to the station with the bike, all of you are there to call his parents and leave parents go down to the station and get you out of police custody. And guess what? The same complaints could have been made. Mommy, they asked me for $20,000, your parents would have represent you. You're 60. You're not of legal age to represent yourself. Right? Your parents have to represent you. So you needed to take that complaint to the parents. Look, he stopped the police car to the station. They asked me for $20,000 bail. Right? Please look into this, mommy. Look, they're going with your son. Now, this young man, after being requested to stop by the police, refused to stop. And in the midst of a police chase, he lost his life. Again, as I said at the beginning of this program, this is not a case where this man was sitting on a motorcycle that was parked and the police came with a vehicle and ran him into a lantern post or a light post, one of them GPL posts. That is not the case. A chase happened. All of you know, anywhere in the world, you go to and the police stop you and you don't stop, they will chase you. Usually, they don't chase these bikes because the bikes you could cut through and go and in it didn't make sense. But I guess the police felt they could have catch you and they chased you. Again, it is very tragic that we lost this young Guyanese, but we cannot look over the fact that he did not stop at the request of the police. Now, if you were a police and you see a young man riding a motorcycle and you say, hey, pull in the corner, and he decides, hey, he gone. Is that not suspicious activity? As a police, are you not inclined to investigate more or to pursue the person? They may be carrying drugs, they may be carrying guns. This could be a stolen motorcycle. I'm not saying he was carrying drugs. I'm not saying he was carrying a gun. I'm not saying the motorcycle was stolen. I'm saying the perception of the police after saying to you, hey, pull over, and you not pulling over, it allows them to assume the worst. Not to assume you just finished writing CXC and you didn't collect your CXC subjects yet. Not to assume you're not a criminal, you're a law-abiding citizen. That, you know what allows them to assume what I just said? You pulling in the corner and stopping. You pulling in the car and stopping, that would allow the police to know this is a law-abiding citizen. This person is not a criminal. We can identify who this person is. This is not a criminal. This is an adolescent 16-year-old child. We need to contact their parents to find out who motorcycle is this, whether they got a provisional, and who lend this underage child with or without a provisional to see if there's any breach of insurance as it relates to the motorcycle. So again, we can't let our emotions run wild. We got to look at the cause and effect of this situation here. Again, hopefully they got somebody got some CCTV footage for us to see. But again, I tell y'all here often, comply and then complain. The police has the authority to stop and search without a warrant, at least in some cases, I think. Right? To stop and search without a warrant. And despite how you feel about the police, those are the persons in charge of enforcing the laws and the rules that govern Guyana. So even if you're claiming that this police asked you for $20,000 or $30,000, you should have taken the report to your parents and let them take it to the station in relation to Officer Green. That doesn't give you the right to not stop when the police says stop or they put on the siren. And they're saying to you, pull over. It doesn't give you the right for that. And again, condolences to the family. We didn't need to lose another young Guyanese. But we must look at the entire situation.
So,
how are the police to establish that? He's not a wanted man. A man who is not wanted tries to evade the police. And sometimes I wonder, like, I know people emotional, but let me be real. You're saying this man is not a wanted man. Is that the behavior of a man who's not wanted to operate like that? Then look at this. Look at this last one here.
They need to conduct themselves real properly what them doing to get to use them. That what happened there tonight is supposed to happen.
So what really happened? Just give us a
The police them chase down a young school individual.
You hear the word? You hear the words he's using? The police chase down. The only way the police can chase is if somebody is running. Somebody's attempting to flee. Somebody's attempting to evade. Right? And that attempt went wrong. The attempt went wrong. I don't know what's the police policy in terms of what if that were your child or family? Sure, you would have never commented the way, are you crazy? My family couldn't call me with that foolishness. They would have had to stop for the police. What madness you talking? And this is the thing with certain people. You, because it's your relative, or because it's their relative and their friend, they must condone foolishness. Any family I got could call me and tell me the police stop them and they drive away. You're good. We have to get to a point where we stop condoning foolishness. It has nothing to do whether it was my child or family. If it was my child or family, the backside better stop for the police. You stop, you hear everything the police got to tell you. If they lock you up, let them lock you up. You call me and let me come to the station. What madness you talking, Alexi? This is ignorance to the highest. You gotta call a spade a spade. Where? Let me see where Alexi from. Let me see. Why you even typing? Wait on. The thing plug out there. You gotta be a foreigner. You hear me? And I bet you Alexi Charon can't pull that in wherever they live in. Alexis, what foolishness is this? Not a soul in my family. The police pull you over and you decide to drive or ride away and you're calling me to tell me what? Why did you drive or ride away? Now, mind you, if the police stop my family or somebody I know, they comply with the police. They got the police asking them for money and them kind of thing. Yes, I can keep nice. But not you disobeying the orders of the police. And this is the kind of things that has corrupt some families. Because, trust me, they got a lot more people like Alexis Williams out there, you know. They have a lot more people like Alexis Williams out here. At the end of the day, the police is the law enforcement body. Right? And if the police sees you on the road, they ask you to stop to check your car documents. What? They have a bumblecloth right to do that. What madness is this? Well, Alexis says you're talking to somebody else and not me. But my point is this. My point is this. You cannot want to be wrong and then try to be right after. Anytime the police, if that young man had stopped, the police lock you up, ask some money, impound your bike, all these other things, he had parents to go to the station and represent him. According to all his friends, he's a young man, he just writes CXC, he's not a criminal. The police has no criminal record for him, according to them. So what is the worst that could have happened to him? And mind you, I saw a video where this young man was being lifted into the police vehicle after this accident. Look at the people who are around there. If he had stopped, look at the people who are around there to ensure that the police operate in a proper manner. Put the bike in the van, carry it to the station. Right? Look at people who be in there. Say this man in a no secluded area and right? It's not like this man in a secluded area, the police catch you, and we know what happened. This man say he, the police chase.
Police them need to conduct themselves real properly what them doing to get to use them. That what happened that tonight is supposed to happen.
So what really happened? Just give us a
The police them chase down a young school individual.
A young school individual. Why was he running? Why the police had to have a reason to chase? Why is this young school individual so aware and confident in himself that he feels brave enough to ride away from the police? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And Veronica, I agree. I think personally, my people got a problem. Not all of us. But it seems like some of us, because of some of the circumstances we're in, or may have been born into, we have decided to take on a certain mentality and not try to break out of that. There are so many opportunities available right now for young Guyanese to change their lives, despite how that life has started. But a lot of young Guyanese are not making themselves available for those opportunities. Listen to how this man referring to himself. I understand the terminology, right? But listen to it. The police got to conduct themselves with how they're dealing with ghetto youths. The police has a role of enforcing rule of law. Ghetto youths, or the term ghetto youths, is usually associated with some persons who may be breaking those rules of law. So if you as a ghetto youth, riding without a helmet, allegedly, riding in an erratic manner, allegedly, attracts police attention, what do you mean the police got to conduct themselves? What do you mean the police got to conduct themselves? Are you operating like a civil human being on the roadways? Were you riding with a helmet? Were you riding in the corner? What drew the police's attention to this young man on this motorcycle? What was he doing? You notice nobody in the video don't tell you, well, I didn't see Harbour John's video, which is an entire thing. But based on the clips that I've seen, nobody in the video tells you what was happening pre-police chase. Yeah, well, we was lying in there, all of us sit down, and the police come and pull out a big gun and the man jump in the bike and ride away. Or, yeah, we was wheeling up and down the road, doing all kinds of up and down the road, and the police see the man and try to stop you and he ride away. Let's be realistic, people. Let's be realistic. This is not, according to them, this is not no seasoned drugs man, no big rich man, a youth man just outside the school, just out of school. Right? A youth man just out of school. Who's the owner of the motorcycle? Man, Lord,
and that is supposed to happen. Not so like he's a thief, man, or he's somebody that rob people or something. That is a get.
So why didn't stop? And next one talking about the good character of the deceased young man. Why didn't he stop? He's not a criminal. He's not robbing anybody. Why didn't he stop? Why didn't he stop?
He's an innocent youth them.
So the residents saw that?
Yeah, the whole place saw that.
Again, this established that whatever was going on, people were on the road. People were around. So even if he stopped, they had witnesses to whatever the police may have done. If, let me say, this young man thought if he stopped, the police would have beat him and kill him. They had witnesses around to corroborate his story, to say, hey, they stop and they beat him, and they kill him. Why try to get away? For what? Huh? He was late for school or church or something. Well, why didn't he stop?
It's not just one person. It's not.
And that's the thing, you know. That's the thing. A lot of folks will dwell on the fact that this boy is a ghetto youth and the police jam me down. And why didn't he stop? Why didn't he stop? You see this thing with the police that's do? The other day, I saw somebody said, anyway, don't let me touch on that. Let me leave that alone. Why didn't he stop?
The first time it happened in the community, it need to stop. The traffic police them need to stop what them doing.
So the traffic police must stop the war. The traffic police must stop their war. When the traffic police catches you with tint, speeding, all these things, those are the opportunities for them to take a bribe or to say, well, hey, pass something. If your tint is correct, you have on your seatbelt, you're wearing your helmet, you're riding in a normal fashion, you're driving at the right rate of speed, the traffic police has nothing to say to you. Right? They have nothing to say to you. Because at the end of the day, mind you, either your vehicle or your lights working, everything working on your vehicle, your motorcycle in good condition, all the lights, the horns working and all kind of thing, they could check for all they want. Once everything correct, they have to let you go. They have to let you go. But they are allowed to make those checks. They are allowed to make those checks to ensure that you are compliant. You understand? They are allowed to make those checks. Anyway, again, condolences to the family in relation to your loss. I don't know the individual. I don't know the family. I know that you guys are grieving. This is something that could have been avoided. And I'm suggesting, as best as you could, allow for an investigation to ensue. I'm pretty sure somebody caught this on CCTV. Like everybody who's got camera now. I'm pretty sure somebody caught this on CCTV. Right? And let's see. Let us see. Again, I'm saying, if he stopped, the police had no reason to chase him. Right? So, one, you're ignoring a lawful order from the police to stop. Again, highly doubt, but I'm assuming here, highly doubt a helmet was worn. So, that could be the reason, or that, again, I don't know whether he had on a helmet or not. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, he did not have on a helmet. That could have been the reason for the police asking him to stop, check his documents, give him a ticket, which they're supposed to do. Give him a ticket and let him go. You understand? And look, Pride come here, he worries now. Again, a late train. So for Pride Bacchuses, for the purposes of Pride Bacchus, I did say earlier, if the guy wasn't wearing a helmet, ticket. If he didn't have a license, ticket. If the bike wasn't insured or something like that, ticket. As the information that I, as well as the Attorney General and other persons, shared. You understand? But at the end, my fact like called Pride. And I just want y'all hear this here. How Pride can try to justify foolishness. Well, that motherfucker I don't know. But let me give Pride a chance. I see you commenting. Let me give Pride a call. Let me give Pride a call. He will answer. He will answer. But my point is, he on another call, he said. But he commented he. My point is, although that information is available, at the end of the day, right, riding without a helmet, the police has to pull you over to get a ticket. The police has to pull you over to give you the ticket. So when they're trying to pull you over to give you the ticket, and you decide, hey, ring, ding, 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 ding. And this is how it ends up. What is the point Pride is trying to make here? How are they supposed to give him a ticket? Write it whilst they're driving, going down the road chasing you, then pull up alongside you and hand you through the window, hope he collect it? Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Yes, those may have been ticketable offenses, but when the police stopped him to give him the ticket, he decided not to stop. Doesn't that escalate it to another level? You break the law. Pride got a meeting. I honestly want to hear Pride opinion on this here. Because whilst Pride is a radical, Pride is still a law-abiding citizen. Anyway, guys, I gotta get out of here. Today is a busy day for me. The International Building Expo has started. Guys, make sure you check that there at the Guyana National Stadium, happening from the 25th to the 28th. Very exciting. A lot of exhibitors, funds for the kids. Very cheap for you to go in. So make sure you guys go and enjoy the experience. We're supposed to be there either tonight or tomorrow night to do a live stream. Most likely tonight, because tomorrow is a very busy day. Most likely to do a live stream to give you guys view all the persons in the diaspora and those persons who cannot make it to the event, just to give you guys a view of what's happening there. But until then, as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one day.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.